Hi, I'm Bernie Wild,
And I'm Susan Wild.
and we're Wild on the Go. We've been living and traveling in our 40-foot fifth wheel with our dog Barkley for over 5 years now.
It's a 2015 Montana 3402 RL.
We're going to show you what we still like and some of the things that we've changed.
Let's go see how we live.
Okay, let's go ahead and start in the den, or at least that's what I'm calling it today. We got plenty of storage up top here, and they're pretty deep in there, as you can see from the depth there. There's a lot of storage room. We have a television set here. We don't get to use it, honestly, that much because we're usually outside of any reception area, and then we don't have satellite.
And then we have the fireplace, which we kind of thought was an odd thing to put in an RV. But as it turns out, it's a great electric heater that actually heats pretty much the entire RV. And it's kind of pretty and doesn't take up any space.
Yeah, we've just got it playing right now. It's not doing any heat, so we can turn on the fake fire.
And this, we've actually just recently upgraded this after 5 years. The original one kind of gave out after 5 years of use, but we like this one a lot.
Yeah, and they're really easy to insert. They're just like a standalone heater, and it just kind of slides in there. And there's just a regular cord with a plug on it, and there's an outlet behind it, and we just plugged it in and screwed it back in. So you just get the one that fits the space that you want to put in, and away you go. And one of the things that was important to me was to have a little bit of a workstation, desk area. And this has done the trick. It is a little bit small, but bigger than some that we've seen.
Yeah.
But it's worked out pretty good for us. And if I don't like it there, I can take the laptop and go anywhere I want.
Yeah, it is nice to just at least have some dedicated workspace that you can have to work in without having to feel like you have to move it to eat or whatever.
Right. Yeah, so it's not always on a kitchen table or something. And then we've got a couch over here that we were going to take out and kind of open up this space for maybe a desk and some extra storage and everything, but we got to thinking that where would company sit when we have people over, and then when people come and spend the night and such, we have a queen size fold out bed in there, so we just haven't parted with it yet. More storage up there, and it's about that deep. So quite a bit of storage. Got a ceiling fan. And then more storage up top over here.
Something else that we changed was the seating in here. We had theater seating that was all connected together, and we just did not like it. It started falling apart from all the rattling down the road, and the cables broke for the recliners. So we have recently replaced them with these little lazy boy recliners that we really like.
Yeah, and they weren't that hard to get in through the door over there. We just took the backs off. They unclip and just slide right out, so very easy to get in. And they're comfortable, and we like them a lot better than the theater seating. It's just our personal preference. And there's Barkley down there. Look at Barkley. And here's our dining room. And we've changed the chairs on this. We had folding chairs that came with the RV, and we got rid of those. We didn't really like them. They were very heavy and bulky.
Yes, very heavy.
And I switched over to these lightweight ones, and we're not quite happy with these either. There are some other ones that fold that are light that we've been looking at.
And also a different regular four-legged table. This has the pedestal for the table, and it's kind of awkward for pushing in the chairs, and we think just a regular freestanding table might work a little bit better, so that's something that we may still upgrade.
Yeah, and all of this is located in one big slide here. We have 4 slides, 3 of them in this area and 1 in the bedroom that we'll look at in a little bit here. And over here we have a little beverage stand, coffee and tea, and looks like Susan might have a bottle of something down there. I don't know what's going on down there, but anyway, that's something that we just added. We wanted a little bit more space, and we were just not wanting to clog up the counters all the time. So we got this little cart, and It's been working pretty good. We did notice that we had to put it on casters and everything. It wasn't the greatest on the floor that
Yeah.
way, so we did that, and it gives us a little bit extra room, but it is something that we have to put up when we're getting underway. So it's a little bit more of a hassle, but nice when we're staying for a while.
Now, the kitchen layout is something that I really liked, and I think I still really like it. It's kind of the wraparound design rather than the kitchen island. I just felt like this gives a lot more counter space for, food prep and things like that. So I do still really like this layout.
Yeah, the sinks are deep, and I probably would change this and lower it. I might just still do that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But
Yeah.
it's just one of those things that the water does splash a little bit and then go down onto our floor here. So we just have to be careful. We added in a little Cuisinart toaster oven there.
We
Yeah.
do have an oven, but you have to light these propane ovens, and sometimes that's a little bit inconvenient. And I almost set my hair on fire once. So the
Yeah.
having the Cuisinart has really helped.
Yeah, it's electric, so that keeps us from
Safer
having
for
to,
me.
yeah, and we don't have to use gas. So it just gives us another option, and we do have the convection oven up there as well as a microwave. And there's other storage up there. We've got the little storage bin there, and down there below is a drawer. And then there's a drawer down there near Barclay's bowl there. That's a huge drawer that we used for just utility stuff. And then we've got cabinets over here, and these are just as deep as this counter. And we've got all these drawers. And then we've got our side-by-side refrigerator here, and that has been working pretty good. We did have some problems in the heat. They're really not made for high temperatures, and we were over 100 degrees Fahrenheit and for sustained period of time, and it did have some very bad trouble keeping cold. But once we moved out of that type of temperatures, it did better, and so did we.
Yes.
And we've got what is basically amounted to our pots and pans and pantry and appliances and things like that over here.
And
It's pretty deep too. You can see this is the depth of it right there. So these cabinets all open up pretty good.
And then this closet here is kind of a multi-function closet. We use it as a coat closet and shoe closet because for some reason we seem to have a lot of coats and shoes. If we ever did decide to get a washer and dryer, it does have the plumbing hookups in there so that you could put a washer and dryer in there. And then it also has some extra shelves that we took out. You could just make it a large pantry storage closet as well.
Yeah, it's definitely been very useful for us. And this is just where the controls and everything are. The control panel for the RV here. And then we've got our thermostat, and that operates two air conditioners and the central heat. We have air conditioner located downstairs and one upstairs, and this is the upstairs. Let's go have a look there. All right, this is our shower. It's quite large. There's a skylight in there, so we get plenty of light all the time. There's a bench in there also. This is what's called a split bath. So the toilet's over here in its own room. We're kind of, I guess, having mixed feelings about this type of setup. When we first got it, we thought, well, it's okay because there's doors to close off, to section it off. But after seeing some of the other bathrooms that we've seen that have an entire bathroom together, just one big room, that kind of appealed to us a little bit more. But this has worked out quite well. One of the things that we have done in this bathroom is change out the toilet. We once had a Thetford model, and this is a Dometic. It's a high profile, so it sits a little higher off the ground, kind of like a residential. And one thing that I was really big on is to make sure that the bowl wasn't as shallow as the other one. The other one right in this area here was quite shallow, and so if you're a male, that's not quite practical, if you get what I mean. But the this one has it goes straight down as soon as you're sitting down. That edge drops all the way down to the bottom. That's great. And then it has 360 clean water jets, so you get that full 360 bowl flush and wash. That's very nice. Our old one just had a kind of a thing back there, a little nozzle that squirted around the bowl. It worked okay, but this seems to work so much better. Both the seat and the lid have a slow motion to it so that they don't slam, and that's quite convenient too. We like that. We can just let it go, and we have let the other one go, and it makes a loud crash, and so that hasn't been good. But anyway, this one, you just go ahead and click on that, and it flushes, and so that's been quite well. Here's our bedroom. One of the things we weren't quite sure that we would use when we first got this RV is this sink in here. It's kind of struck us as a little odd at first to have a sink in the bedroom, but it turns out this has been quite useful. Susan can use this one while I'm using the other one, or vice versa, and that helps quite a bit. If someone's in there using the toilet, you've got another sink that you can access. It's got a good cabinet up there with a good deep space to it. There's our television. Once again, we don't get much use out of them, but it's nice to have. We do watch some videos and some streaming on that every now and then, or we'll go to a library. If we're going to be in a town for a while, we'll get some DVDs from there and watch some things on that. That's our chest of drawers. The counter is very clean right now. It's normally not quite that clean on the top. That's just because we're getting ready to get underway, so we've got all that stuff stowed. But plenty of room in those drawers there, extra storage down there. And this bench over here, I don't know if we've ever really sat on it, because we usually have a bunch of stuff sitting on top of that, and it opens up to be used as a hamper. And then there's our closet. There are shelves in there and plenty of hanging space. It's what they would call a walk-in closet for an RV. It's substantially big, plenty of storage. We have these end tables on either side of the king-size bed. This has been really nice. This lens isn't a wide-angle lens, so it might look a little cramped in here, but it's actually quite spacious. There's a good bit of room to walk around. Complete walk around. That's nice. Got Barkley likes to camp out down there. That's where he sleeps. But that's a look at our upstairs and our bedroom and bath. That was a quick peek at how we live in under 400 square feet. Comment and let us know what you think.
And please remember to share, subscribe, and click on that little notification bell.
Thanks for watching. So we had been taking some things down and stowing them to get underway, and this sign was one of them. And I don't think I've ever looked at this sign quite the way I did until just today. Some time ago when I joined the Navy, I saw a sign that said, "It's not just a job, it's an adventure," and it had a nice little beach scene on it, and that's kind of another story altogether. But anyway, this anchor here tied me back into that sign. And I remember how I felt at that time, that I was embarking on a new adventure in life. And this says, every day is a new adventure. And it just kind of came full circle for me. It's just something I can look at each day to make sure that I make it special and go after everything that I want in life.